There's this one moment at the beginning of M&M's Kart Racing when you first select a character. Each character has their own unique animation when you're cycling through them, but when you reach the red M&M, something a little different happens. Instead of being greeted by a friendly face or a wave, you're met with a hat, a simple red sombrero, and the iconic character hiding underneath. As a player, you might wonder why he's not visible right away. But then, almost instantly, the red M&M casually flips the brim up, revealing that smug face we're all familiar with, and then wiggles back and forth, showing a more playful side. Now, there aren't any stats or special items for choosing one character over the others, but when I first saw this little animation, it made me think about something that this game in its entirety represents: the concept of connection and change. So, with all that being said, let's dive right into the genius of M&M's Kart Racing.
Ready? Set? Go!
So, a bit of background. The year is 2007, and Wii Mania has swept the world. It seemed like everyone was trying to capitalize on the motion control gaming craze, with everything from Just Dance to Wii Carnival games. Enter Frontline Studios, an ambitious American developer known for their work on instant classics like Chicken Shoot and Underground Pool. On October 25th, the studio released the 5th M&M's game ever created, M&M's Kart Racing. Few games have ever ventured as far as to make a strong contender with the super successful franchise of Mario Kart, but with Frontline at the helm, the M&M company was willing to take that risk. And boy did it pay off. Not only did M&M's Kart Racing enter the gaming landscape as one of the best kart racing games ever made, but it truly innovated the genre with a unique control scheme, gorgeous art style, and a colorful cast of memorable, iconic characters. There are so many little details I love about this game. I love how there aren't any in-between frames when your character is steering. Instead of bogging us down with excessive fluff, the animators chose to only show what's necessary, turning or going straight. I also absolutely adore the loading screen animations. Each little bit of chocolatey goodness being slowly coated over with a colorful hard shell is just such a nice little touch. And of course, I'd be remiss not to mention the most recognizable sound clip in the game.
Approaching sound barrier!
This clip serves a functional purpose. It helps the player know that they've reached their max speed. But if you pay closer attention, there's also some hidden meaning behind it. I'm going to play the sound clip again, and this time, listen very carefully.
Approaching sound barrier!
Approaching. Not reaching or arriving. Approaching. It implies that we haven't quite got there yet. Just like the life goals we sometimes make for ourselves. Always in the distance, just out of reach. We approach, but we don't always attain. But this game in and of itself gets so much deeper than just that. What appears on the surface to be a candy-coated romp through colorful courses turns out to be filled with the extremely dark chocolate of existential dread. Why are these candy people racing in the first place? What are they trying to escape from? Perhaps they're trying to distract themselves from their mundane day-to-day lives. Or maybe they're racing from what all of us are racing from. The gaping maw of death. They are themselves products of an empty consumer culture that will eventually lead to their consumption and ultimately their demise. And yet, there's this profound hope, despite the inevitability of death. Blue wears his sunglasses in defiance. Red wears that sombrero, maintaining his classic smirk. Only Orange shows visible signs of anxiety, but in a way, he's there to be an antithesis to the rest of the cast. Like Oisis, the goddess of depression in Greek mythology, he is the example of what not to be. Back in 2008, I was struggling with the loss of a beloved family pet. For weeks, I felt like I was in a dark tunnel that had no end, an infinite passageway filled with despair and agony. All I could think about was, what if things never get better? What if my other goldfish die? What if I'll never love again? But then, one fateful day, My mom brought home a little game from the bargain bin at Savers. I reluctantly tried it out, and almost instantaneously it changed everything. From the moment it told me to adjust the Wii remote strap, I fell in love. In love with the gameplay, the story, and especially the characters. After dwelling in darkness for so long, I was suddenly surrounded with the peaceful and idyllic settings of each racetrack. The city, the funhouse, the beach. And I wasn't alone. I was with others. We were going down the path together. Life is sweeter now. The hope that permeates this whole game permeated me. And I knew that I was going to be okay. I am the red M&M. You are the red M&M. We're all in a giant bag of M&Ms that we call the human experience. And that's why I decided to make this video. To remind everyone of just how much of a genre-defining, thought-provoking masterpiece this game is. I know I can't do it completely justice. It's basically the Citizen Kane of kart racing games on the Wii. But maybe if I can get my thoughts out there, I can connect with people like you and share our passion for this game together. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I'd like to thank all 2 of my patrons on Patreon. They've really helped keep me afloat during my 10-year hiatus from YouTube. If you like what you see here and want to get in on the action, you can pledge $10, $20, or $1,000 to me over on my Patreon. Link is in the description. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon in the corner. I'm trying to reach 26 subs by the end of the year, so if you can help me reach my goal, I'd really appreciate it. See you next time. Bye.